This is the first time I've seen this book, so I think I'm going to read the definition part, which I haven't read yet, and then I'll read my essay. Swapping. Today, what is called a swinger lifestyle was previously known as wife swapping. This term is used to describe a form of recreational, social, and sexual intercourse between consenting adults, aka the lifestyle, non-monogamy, swinging, and play. The directions to the international sex party take us to a damp parking lot. The party itself is in a mansion somewhere on the outskirts of San Rafael in Marin County. But in order to discourage gatecrashers, the organizers refuse to disclose the address. Instead, they have arranged for a van to pick up guests from here. Earlier this evening, my husband and I had to attend his office Christmas party. And by now, it's 11:30 at night. I shiver in my outfit, a skin-tight silver evening gown that a friend picked up in a Dallas stripper store. I wore another outfit to the office party. I squint through the fog and see that the lot belongs to a Jehovah's Witness church. Can this be the right place? But after 10 minutes or so, a van arrives, and we soon sweep up the driveway of a large ranch-style home. From the outside, it doesn't look like the venue for an orgy. I'm here because I'm researching a possible book about non-monogamy. My husband Jordan and I have already attended several partner-swapping parties, but this promises to be the most glamorous of them all. It's not advertised on the internet or in swinger magazines. The only way to get in is through a personal invitation from the organizers. Smith, a man with blue eyes, a meticulous goatee, and a lupine charm, and his wife Natalie, a pretty brunette in her early 30s. All names have been changed, by the way. I met the couple at Burning Man, the Performing Arts Festival. Well, I don't need to tell a San Francisco audience that, but not everybody outside San Francisco knows. So I met them at Burning Man, where their camp was opposite mine. And they gave permission for me to attend their party as an observer. But you and your hubby can always jump in if you want to, Smith stressed. Smith and Natalie are very picky about their guest list. Only couples and single females may attend, since single men can be aggressively competitive. You don't have to be a supermodel, but you do have to be attractive and typically under 40. Smith lets in a handful of select early 40s, as he put it, a loophole I suspect he introduced for himself. Smith doesn't like the term swapping or swinging. They summon up visions of suburban key parties of the 70s. He likes to refer to partner swapping as being modern. For instance, you might say they're a very modern couple. When Smith refers to the modern world, he's not talking about global capitalism. So when Jordan and I enter the party, there are beautiful modern couples everywhere. Smith boasted that couples fly in from London and Paris for this party, and now I see why. At most of the sex parties I've attended, when people have taken their clothes off, I would have preferred they kept them on. But comparing these people with the clientele at the other parties is like comparing designer canapes with processed luncheon meat. The party's theme is abracadabra, alchemy, and ass. And the women are dressed like magician's assistants in elbow-length gloves and evening gowns, or fishnets and corsets. The men are wearing top hats and tails, carrying magic wands and packs of cards. Everyone is drinking champagne or vodka. The mansion's owner, eager to protect his carpets, has forbidden red wine. I don't see why he's so worried about spilled drinks. He's going to have much worse stains to worry about later. Jordan and I tour the mansion. The decor seems inspired by an English country manor, with polished wood panels, embroidered drapes, and four-poster beds. A veranda overlooks an aquamarine pool the size of a small lake, illuminated by burning flares. Steam rises from 2 hot tubs and evaporates among the palm trees. Mounted on the outside wall, a white stag's head surveys the scene, with the disapproving expression of a chaperone at a school dance. We should be thrilled to be spectators of this extravaganza. But the truth is, we're bored. We've been to too many of these parties and seen too many people having sex. We're suffering from orgy ennui. It doesn't help that we're starving. We skipped dinner to get to the office party on time, and all we've eaten tonight is a handful of peanuts. I promised Jordan that we can leave after the orgy tipping point. I've coined this phrase to describe the moment at a sex party when people actually start partying. The OTP is a single point rather than a gradual process. It's as precise as the moment when the music stops in a game of musical chairs. This is because sex party guests are goal-oriented. A period of small talk is necessary so that people can figure out who's going to have sex with whom. But then, as soon as the first couple or group gets down to it, everyone follows suit. Tonight, sure enough, guests mill about for an hour or two, then, abracadabra, suddenly everyone is naked and having sex, in the hot tubs, on the four-poster beds, and on the host's precious carpet. It's easy to assume that a couple comes to these parties because something is missing in their relationship. Maybe sex has grown stale, or maybe they've fallen out of love. But everyone around us seems to be having fun. Maybe I've been to too many of these parties, but swinging no longer seems so exotic to me. I can see how for practitioners it's just a pleasant hobby. Some couples like to go antiquing. These couples like to have group sex. Great, now we can go, says Jordan. But to get back to the church parking lot, we'll have to find the van driver. We hunt high and low for him, peering at the tangled bodies in dimly lit rooms. And we end up in the kitchen, where three lovely women are having sex on the table, next to a platter of cured meats and cheeses. Many guys have paid to see this, but when Jordan sees the women going for it, all he says is, "Great ham." I finally come upon the van driver outside, on the veranda, where guests are rotting under the chilly gaze of the white stag. I want to say goodbye to Smith before we go, but when I find him in one of the playrooms, he is gymnastically entwined with two women, and I don't want to interrupt. He's busy being modern, in fact, downright avant-garde.